Hello and welcome to the Rainy Night Listens podcast. I'm Haley.
And I'm Wyatt, and this is the podcast that you save for a rainy night instead of a rainy day. All right, today I am covering the Chupacabra. I bet you've never heard of this guy.
Not even one time, even whenever I was watching all of those TV shows on it while I was growing up, and whenever I would Google it.
When you would Google it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never heard of it. Not even once. So what is the Chupacabra? Chupacabra, as everyone knows, or mostly everyone knows, translates from Spanish to English as goat sucker, which at this point everybody knows that, it's kind of common knowledge. Because it's like every website's always like, did you know it translates to goats? It's like everybody does at this point.
Yeah.
But it is a cryptid that is known for attacking livestock and draining their blood. The Chupacabra, and this is something I learned, has two distinct appearances depending on where it was reported.
Really?
Yeah, in and around Puerto Rico and Hispanic America, the Chupacabra is reported as a heavy reptilian and alien-like creature, roughly the size of a small bear, and it has spines that run down it from the base of its neck down its tail. And whereas in the southwestern United States, this is where like mostly Chupacabra that people hear about is a mix between like a rodent and a dog, like looking like a hairless dog. And sometimes it's described as a with kangaroo mixed in there as well.
Weird.
But the term Chupacabra was coined in 1995 by a Puerto Rican comedian named Silverio Perez. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. But yeah, I didn't know that the Chupacabra in Puerto Rico, they called it Chupacabra, was like an alien.
I didn't know that either. I'd always heard of like the dog-like version of it with the spines and everything, but I didn't know that there was a variant of...
Yeah, just an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't either. I'd never heard of the spines down the dog variant's back, but I guess in this picture they have it. I always just heard it was like a hairless, nasty-looking dog. But it's time for Hagen's historical word of the day. Hagen, 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 Hagen.
The.
Ooh.
That's a pretty good word.
Lock eyes from across the room. He looks at us and shouts, "The."
I was like, am I about to sing a song and get like a copyright strike on this video?
Probably.
I almost committed to it. Around what time was the Chupacabra seen initially? The sightings technically began. So the sightings began in 1995 in Puerto Rico. So this was the alien variant of it. So the first time it was reported was the alien-looking version of it.
Okay.
With sheep being found with puncture wounds in their chest and having been drained of blood. They said it was like 3 puncture wounds in their chest. And they were just drained of all their blood.
Did they say how big the puncture wounds were?
Not from what I read, no. It just said they had puncture wounds. That's why people were like... As dumb as it sounds, I never realized that people compared the Chupacabra to vampires. Like, it makes sense.
I guess that checks out.
But it never, in my head, never once did I make that connection. I thought it was just a dog that drinks blood.
Yeah.
I never thought, oh yeah, it's like a vampire dog. But it has been seen as far north as Maine and as south as Chile since those initial sightings. It has been supposedly seen outside the Americas in places like the Philippines and Russia, but these claims were ignored because they lacked evidence and like credibility, I guess. But they were supposedly seen outside America. And, I don't know. I just thought that was weird. It's like, usually they're bound to their spot,
Yeah,
but,
I was going to say, I didn't know that it went as far north as Maine. Like, that's a huge...
Yeah, it's a pretty big area.
Yeah.
But, let's see. Oh, crap, I lost my spot. According to the wiki, sightings in northern Mexico and southern U.S. have been verified as canids with mange. Supposedly. Just kidding. No.
Supposedly verified.
See, but right here, how I said initial sightings began in 1995. In 1975, a series of livestock deaths in the town of Moca, Puerto Rico, were attributed to... I don't want to sound white trying to pronounce this. It basically translates to the vampire of Mocha. It was, let's see, these were suspected to be the doing of a satanic cult, but more killings were reported around the island, all with loss of animal life. The animals' bodies were bled dry through a series of small circular incisions. Weird. I think they said like upwards of like, it was either 200 or 250 animals in that area.
Holy crap.
Yeah, were killed. It just specified animals too. It didn't say livestock, so
just
because I imagine, chickens, cows, and sheep, but animals kind of makes me wonder if people's dogs were being like desanguinated and stuff. Goodness. Or not? Is it eggs? I don't know what the word is. Desanguinate, one of those.
Some form of sanguination.
Yeah, some form of I have no blood no more. Is there proof? Well, most sightings were chalked up to dogs with mange or coyote-wolf mixes. In July of 2004, a rancher killed a creature that resembled a hairless dog that was later identified as a coyote with sarcoptic mange, which is like bugs, parasites eating away at them. A farmer in Coleman County, Texas, named Reggie Legao, captured a creature described as a mix of a dog, rat, and kangaroo. He made it available to Texas parks and wildlife officials for identification, but in a later interview, he stated that he disposed of the creature 2 days after finding it. I never heard the back end, like if they tested it and got reports back. All they said was that he made it available to them, but then when asked about it later, he said he killed it instead of giving it.
Weird.
I don't know. It just... Because I kept reading, I was like, all right, where's the thing? Nothing. That's the end of it on the wiki, and the other website I was using didn't have any information on that specific one either.
So if it's all supposedly like dogs with mange, then how do they explain the blood loss in the animals?
So, yeah, you got me there. No, they said that because of the sarcoptic mange, the things eating away at them, they basically they said that blood is so rich in nutrients and minerals, so that things were purposefully drinking the blood because it would hopefully replenish.
Oh, that makes sense
for them the stuff that. Like
whenever your body is missing something, it'll start craving a specific food item, or I know with anemic kids, they'll want to eat dirt, and so because they need iron.
Yeah, so it's like the mange is causing them to have deficiencies of things, so they're drinking blood to try to make up for the deficiency. That's how I should have said it, but I couldn't formulate the sentence. But yeah, the wiki has tons of sightings recorded. I didn't want to keep making the font smaller. As I kept typing, I had to keep making the font smaller on the slide.
Did you come across that were any... Let me try again. Did you come across any sightings that you read through that were kind of more creepy than the other ones, or any that stood out more so than the other ones?
For the most part, the ones I put on here were kind of the big ones that stood out to me. Mm-hmm. But the one you pointed out before, I forgot the name of the lady that she had found a dead one or killed one on her property.
Yeah, and had it taxidermied.
In her house, but when it was tested, she took it to 2 different places for testing because the first place just said it was a coyote with mange, and she didn't like that answer. It was kind of too basic. And so she took it to a second university elsewhere. I don't know if it was Texas or... I know she took it to 2 different places. The second place identified it as a coyote mixed with a Mexican wolf. And they went on to say that it's not... it's an uncommon variant of coyote, but it's not unseen. But that mixed with the mange, I guess, is why it looked so different.
Oh, that makes sense.
But for the most part, it's kind of just... The wiki tried really hard to be like, oh no, this is all just coyotes with mange. So it was hard to find... Like, they tried really hard to justify all the things, so it was hard to find any that stood out because all of them were like, oh, hey, it was this.
Gotcha.
But it was just a coyote with mange.
I guess, what do the sightings normally look like then? Is it normally like the people go outside and see this hairless creature crouched over one of their pets? And
yeah, pretty much all the sightings were either ranchers or farmers that had, their animals mutilated, or people just lived on farms seeing a dog around the area and having their livestock being killed.
Gotcha.
It's all the stories are very similar. It's always livestock being killed and someone living on a farm having seen it.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, if its whole thing is that it drinks blood from livestock. They also said that one of the things they said to, like, justify it, because it's like, why does it only go for livestock? They said that because of the mange, like, messing with their bodies, it makes it hard for them to hunt things normally. And livestock is always contained and easy to access.
That makes a lot of sense.
In comparison. So that's why they said the coyotes with mange are always attacking livestock over trying to hunt animals in the forest, because livestock's always contained and readily available for them. So
interesting.
Yeah. But theories. I kind of covered the entirety of this by time, but as stated in the slides above, most sightings are said to be coyote or wolf mixes with mange. The only theory I've seen, because I kept reading, because I was like, okay, so that's like the, more South American Chupacabra. I haven't heard a single thing about the alien-like Chupacabra, them trying to justify that one. Until the second website I have labeled. They had, like, so few information, but all they had was it's seen two different ways, and then they said I'll just read it. The only theory I've seen for the alien-like sightings of the Chupacabra are attributed to people being influenced by the movie Species that came out in 1995, so the same year the sightings started. It's a monster that supposedly looks like the Chupacabra. Okay, granted, the Chupacabra... That's what people were supposedly seeing, right? I didn't put a picture of the creature from Species on screen because I'd show it, but it's kind of a suggestive looking creature, and I ain't gonna be the one who shows that on here. So if you want, you can look up a picture of the creature from Species 1995 and tell me your personal thoughts if you think I should have included it in the slideshow or not.
Species creature 1995. Oh no. Ew.
Now tell me.
Oh, it's kind of sexy.
Is that not just a xenomorph with titties?
It's literally, that's literally all that it is.
So it's like, I don't know what things YouTube or TikTok are going to be like, hey, that's not appropriate.
Dude.
But that's just a xenomorph with titties.
It's
so I didn't want to be the guy who got the first, like, strike on the channel because I put a xenomorph.
Farmers out there that are like,
that thing is hot. And it's just an alien just eating it like a sheep.
Is that alien being sexy right now?
No, that alien's definitely being sexy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, if you want
it is interesting that the sighting started the same year that movie came out.
Yeah, but if you look at that, though,
I feel like the way that the face is kind of set up, I could see it. It's just the lack of anatomy.
Yes.
That.
Yeah, if anyone wants to know what we're talking about, just Species Creature 1995. The movie Species 1995 Creature. And you can see it, but I'm not putting a picture of it on the screen. But, yeah. What do you think? What do you think about it, huh? Do you think it's real, or do you think it's just a coyote with mange or a sexy alien?
I I think I want it to be a sexy alien.
That's fair.
No, I feel like as much as I want it to be a mysterious creature that is like running rampant through apparently all the way from Puerto Rico up to Mexico up to freaking Maine, as badly as I want it to be like some mysterious thing that's happening, I feel like coyotes with mange, the hybrid Mexican wolf and coyotes with mange, I feel like that makes a lot more sense because if if you're expecting to see, I guess even if you're not expecting to see a coyote or a wolf or something in your backyard and then all of a sudden it's hairless, like your mind is already going to be like trying to figure out what you're looking at, even if you
Yeah.
can explain it. And so it's already going to seem more on the monstrous side than the normal
Yeah.
side.
Just a coyote with no hair is just so weird that
Yes,
it
like
just
it's
doesn't seem
not
right.
what you're expecting to see whenever you walk outside to
Yeah.
wherever your cattle are being kept. And so I feel like that mixed with what you were saying about the specific type of mange that they have and it causing them to need stuff that's found in the blood.
Yeah.
I feel like that explains it really well in my mind that it's just a sick animal that's looking for ease of access to the nutrients it needs to try to
Yeah.
fix itself. But I do think it'd be cool if it was like a scary monster that was
Yeah.
running around.
And the way I agree with you entirely. It's like farmers and ranchers, they've definitely seen coyotes and
Yeah.
wolves. Like that's just part of the job.
Yeah.
But you see one with no hair. Like seeing a cat without hair, it looks so vastly different than just a cat with hair.
Dude,
a dog
it's
without hair,
insane.
and like I could see where that'd be like, what the heck is
Like
that?
it takes your brain a minute to like process it, and then if they run away as fast as they normally do,
Yeah,
then that
you're
leaves your mind,
filling in the gaps.
yeah, to make things up, to try to make it make sense.
Yeah, exactly. But the only thing I don't understand is the alien ones. You're telling me that these people saw a sexy alien and were like, that thing is eating my sheep right now. Not eating, it is drinking my sheep right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. The supposed illustrations of the reptilian variant and the pictures of the alien from the movie, they just don't blend together in my head, but I can see like making a likeness of something.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem right, but
Yeah.
I also like the idea of just two separate cryptids entirely being mashed into one.
Yeah.
One's a coyote with mange, and one is an actual freaking alien just drinking
Yeah.
sheep blood. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
It is.
I had never heard of until I started working on this slideshow that the Chupacabra was seen as an alien or a dog with.
I don't remember the alien part. Like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it was the initial sightings. Like, the first sightings of the Chupacabra was the alien one. I keep saying alien. It's like reptilian one. But, and then the later sightings were the dogs with, not later, it was around the same time, just not the first time.
Yeah.
But I think it was just the fact that it was so unheard of at the time, and then the comedian jumped on it and gave it a name,
Yeah.
Goatsucker, and it just kind of snowballed after that.
So then it was at the forefront of people's minds. So whenever they saw something weird outside, they were like, oh crap.
That's a Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you, though. I want it to be some mysterious creature that's just drinking the blood of animals.
Yeah.
But I can also fully, the way they explained it, I could see it being a coyote with mange that's just drinking blood to get the nutrients it needs.
Yeah.
The alien one still baffles me a little bit, but
Yeah. I do not have an explanation for that one outside of maybe people were just so freaked out by that movie that then the next time they saw anything outside, they were like, "Oh no!"
Even the description
It's
of the movie.
sexy.
Yeah, even the description of the movie. I don't think they were freaked out by it.
Oh, well.
It was. I was like. I was like reading, and I'm like, okay, like open another tab on my other screen, type in like species 1995 monster, and I'm like looking at the alien one, enter, click images, and I'm like, what? What?
So funny.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my sources. One is the Wikipedia, and the other one, the Legend and Facts one, is the one where they believe that it was because of the sexy alien that people were seeing aliens eating their sheep. But the Wikipedia had no mention of it whatsoever. They just specified the two variants and then went on to just follow the hairless dog one. They never talked about the
Alien one.
the alien looking one. So I usually when I do these, I try to look at least two different websites because I feel like they can help fill in the gaps. Some will misinformation, some will. And thankfully this one had something on it, but it didn't have a whole lot. I should have kept looking, but it mostly focused on the hairless dog with things. But that's all I got. Let us know what you guys think. You know, if the sexy alien really was drinking people's sheep's blood, or if it was just the dog with mange. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.